Gala's gonna be
joyful,
inspiring,
an extraterrestrial experience,
California style,
electrifying,
extraordinary,
inspiring,
set it off,
amazing,
exhilarating,
fired up.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Eric Darius, and I'm truly honored to perform for the National Dental Association, whose mission is to promote oral health equity among people of color by harnessing the collective power of its members, advocating for the needs of and mentoring dental students of color, and raising the profile of the profession in our communities. I would personally like to dedicate tonight's music selections to your incoming president, Dr. Pamela Alston, and the Gala Planning Committee. This song, Fired Up, is the unofficial theme for tonight's program and for your ongoing mission. Joining me virtually is my band Richard Turner Jr. on keys, Romel Viol on bass, Takahito Mori on guitar, Gordon Campbell on drums, and Jay Puente on percussion. I hope all of you watching are ready to get fired up. Kick it off, band. Let's go!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are fired up after listening to saxophonist Eric Darius. Welcome to the National Dental Association's first virtual inaugural gala and scholarship extravaganza. My name is Delvecchio Finley, and I am honored to be your MC for this evening. I hope you enjoyed the reception and the music of Eric Darius. A special thank you to the planning committee and to this evening's sponsors. During the reception, I watched the NDA Centennial video and learned about the remarkable history of this organization. For well over 100 years, NDA members have overcome obstacles, achieved prominence and success, and served on the front lines to improve health in underserved communities. This unique vantage point provides a perspective that encompasses both the science of healthcare and the issue of social justice. The NDA is intensely devoted to its students and is committed to fortifying the organization for the next generations. So tonight, we celebrate the proud history and the bright future of the NDA. The past presidents will honor their predecessors in the ritual of the candlelight ceremony. And with the installation of the new officers, symbolically, the living legends will pass the torch to the rising stars. The highlight of the program will be the inauguration of the incomparable Dr. Pamela Austin, a native of Oakland, California, who will become the 97th president of the National Dental Association. Tonight, you will experience an unforgettable evening. So on behalf of the National Dental Association and the California NDA chapters in Los Angeles, the greater San Francisco Bay Area, and Sacramento, we are so glad you could join us. It is an NDA tradition to begin the gala program with an invocation. This year, the invocation will be made by Reverend Kenneth Hamilton of the Society of the Divine Word, and followed by a performance of the Negro National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing, by the Oakland Youth Chorus.
Let us pray. Dear and just God, we come today to ask you to lift up, bless, and prosper this precious organization. They are precious to the Black community. They are precious to the nation. And of course, they are precious to you, O God. Once more and again, they are gathered together in a moment of crisis, a moment of tragedy and challenge. Once more, they have come together to, as the prophet Ezekiel pleaded, repair the wall and stand in the gap for you, Lord, on behalf of the land. For over a century, these men and women of the NDA and its precursors have found the courage and vision to be healers in a place of hurt and woundedness, visionaries in a time of despair and gloom, standing up from the very beginning for the causes of civil rights against Jim Crow and its allies, standing there in the gap of the present day health crisis, standing in the gap for all undeserved persons, repairing the walls of separation between professionals of all colors and genders, repairing the walls so that future Diamante drivers can still be saved and given the benefits, the full benefits of health and hope. The great vision of the four bearers is still their vision, Lord. The courage of their great luminaries is still their courage. The leadership from the founder, Dr. Jackson, to Dr. Alston still inspires us all to lead. Here and now, dear Lord, reach down into the lives of each member, touch them. Allow them to hear you in the deepest places of their hearts and hear the words that they long to hear. Well done, good and faithful servants. When I was neglected, you took care of me. When I was erased, you recognized me. When I was in pain, you sought to put a smile, a brand new dental smile on my face. As they now forge a new beginning for their caring organization, help them to grow to the challenges ahead, indeed, to anticipate those challenges and go forth to meet them. We ask this in your great name, and in all that is sacred, we say once more, and again, amen.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died. Yet with the steady beat and our weary feet, come to the place for which our fathers sighed. We have come over which tears water. We have come pendulum slaughtered out of the gloomy past, till now we stand at last, where the white gleam of our bright stars is cast.
Well, many may not know this, but the average debt of a dental school graduate in 2019 was $292,159. 40% are more than $300,000 in debt. Now, this amount of debt poses a hardship on young graduates aspiring to serve in communities where they are needed the most. The NDA is committed to increasing the number of underrepresented minority dental students. It provides opportunities for student enrichment, mentoring, and leadership outside of the dental school. Our students need our help to reduce and manage that student debt. The debt burden exacerbates a lack of access to oral health services in communities of color, and your donations will help us to help them. A recent study confirmed that African Americans, Hispanics, or Latinos, and Native Americans or Alaska Natives in the United States are underrepresented in the dental workforce. And these populations experience large disparities in oral health and access to dental care. Evidence suggests that improving workforce diversity promotes social justice, as well as increases access, health equity, healthcare quality, especially in minority communities. The researchers say that dentistry policymakers are aware of the current issues, but there has been a lack of resources and political will to implement change. The study was initiated and published by Dr. Paul Gates, an NDA member, and Dr. Elizabeth Wirtz from UCSF. Your support tonight can help us to make a difference to increase the number of dentists and increase access to dental care in our most vulnerable populations. Please take a moment to text or to use the link on the screen right now. If you need more reasons to give, please listen to new graduate Dr. Akedra Bell, and later to student doctors Stanley Onuegbu and Raina Ransom.
For nearly 50 years, the Student National Dental Association has been supported and nurtured by the National Dental Association. Because of our connection, pre-dental and dental students have been provided with a professional family, mentors, a wealth of knowledge, opportunities to network, and scholarships for financial support. Tonight's event is a depiction of that commitment. Good evening. I am Dr. Akedra Bell, a 2020 graduate of East Carolina University School of Dental Medicine and current immediate past president of the SNDA. As a recipient of many NDA and NDAF scholarships, I am forever grateful for the benevolence of each of you and our sponsors. Tonight, I have the distinct pleasure of discussing the importance of scholarships for our students, the next generation of dental professionals. We are all well aware of the financial burden that pursuing a career in dentistry may bring, so I will focus on what more scholarships can do for our students. Scholarships allow students to be less stressed about the financial burden of school, provide students with funds to purchase study materials, teeth, instruments, pay for exams, pursue residencies, travel abroad for mission trips, and attend conferences, all things that are vital to their success. The impact we can make on the next generation tonight is truly immense. So, I challenge each of you to dig deep and pour into the next generation of dental professionals, our next generation of NDA leaders and world changers. They are depending on us, and our communities are depending on them. Let's join together and make tonight's scholarship extravaganza one to remember and continue to take our organizations and the presence of minorities in the dental field to new heights. Thank you.
President Sheila Armstrong has provided strong and gallant leadership this year, supported by Executive Director Lavette Henderson. They will lead the presidents of the NDA family organizations in extending a hearty welcome to Gala attendees. SNDA President-elect Raina Ransom will follow them with her remarks.
Good evening. Welcome to the 97th National Dental Association's Presidential Inauguration Gala and Extravaganza. I am Dr. Sheila L. Armstrong, the 96th President of the NDA. It is my pleasure and honor to extend greetings to you this evening on behalf of the NDA's Board of Trustees and Chairwoman, Dr. Cheryl Lee, House of Delegates and Speaker of the House, Dr. Wayne Walker, and our Executive Director, Ms. Lavette Henderson. We are delighted to share in the celebration and installation of our next president, Dr. Pamela Alston. The National Dental Association is the premier organization for African American doctors with its beginnings in the early 1900s. We represent more than 7,000 African American dentists across the country. Our goal is to promote oral health equity among people of color by harnessing the collective power of its members, advocating for and mentoring students of color, and raising the profile of our profession in the communities that we serve. I am delighted to share with you the next hour as we highlight our leaders in the Sacramento chapter of the NDA, the Greater Bay Area Dental Society, and the Angel City Dental Society. Thank you.
Good evening, and welcome to the first ever National Dental Association Inaugural Gala. Just wanted to take a moment to say thank you to our donors and our supporters and sponsors. We would not have been able to do this without you. Thank you so much. Enjoy the evening and stay woke.
Hello everyone, I'm Sherry Madison, RDA, the president of the National Dental Assistant Association. Our mission as individual dental professionals is to make a difference in our patients' lives. Congratulations, Dr. Pamela Alston. I am looking forward into working with you. Bye.
Good evening. My name is Laverne Thomas, and I'm the current president of the National Dental Hygienists Association. The National Dental Hygienists Association was founded in 1932 by African American dental hygienists to address the special problems faced by minority hygienists in the profession, and also to unite the limited number of minority hygiene practitioners in the United States. Dr. Alston, I want to congratulate you on becoming the 97th president of the NDA, and I look forward to working with you.
Good evening, National Dental Association family. My name is Glenna Livingston. I am president of the Auxiliary to the National Dental Association. I represent your family, your spouses, and your children. Our mission is to support the dental professional, our families, and our community. It is my pleasure to be with you this evening to welcome and congratulate Dr. Pamela Austin, President-elect of the National Dental Association.
Hello, I am Carla Jones. I'm a D4 at the University of Michigan and the president of the Student National Dental Association. For over 50 years, our organization has propelled minorities into and through the field of dentistry. I'd like to give a warm welcome and congratulations to the president of the National Dental Association, Dr. Austin. Congratulations.
Good evening, members of the National Dental Association. My name is Raina Ransom, and I am so honored to serve as the National President-elect of the Student National Dental Association. SNDA has promoted, aided, and supported the academic and social environment of minority students for the last 40 years. As a result, students of SNDA are exposed to many opportunities in the field of dentistry, including private practice, academia, public health, and various dental specialties. However, due to the rising cost of dental education, students are often forced to focus on areas of dentistry that yield the highest returns. Today, the average dental student will graduate with approximately $300,000 in debt. Personally, I'm aspiring to be an educator, and upon graduating, I would like to focus my dental career on training the next generation of clinicians. In 2019, the American Dental Education Association conducted a survey including over 5,000 dental school faculty. Out of these 5,000 faculty members, only 250 identified as Black or African American. The lack of Black dental school faculty is truly a problem in dental education. As dental schools across the nation look to increase diversity of their student bodies and work to recruit more African American and Black students, it is crucial that they also increase the amount of African American and Black faculty members so that these students have mentors and people fighting for them to carry out the changes that will make dental schools across the nation more inclusive. Many of my classmates and colleagues share this desire to educate and mentor the next generation of dentists. However, the decreased salaries in academia do not give students the confidence that we'll be able to pay back our student loans aggressively on an educator's salary. Today, you can help fund a student's education by supporting scholarships for SNDA members. These scholarships will help to decrease the financial stress of dental students across the nation and will help students like me pursue careers in academia and inspire the next generation of Black clinicians. Thank you and have a great evening.
President-elect Pamela Austin commissioned a spoken word history of the National Dental Association by Von Bello, a poet and multimedia artist who performs under the pseudonym Vo the Wizard. It will be performed now.
I smile because I'm happy. I smile because I'm free. My gums are beautifully black. Hints of rose and royal purple highlight the melanin within. I have a gap that spells victory. Teeth like tectonic plates to tell the history of time. Back when I was denied for the color of my skin, to elevate the quality of my smile, black boy joy was only good for show. It's showtime. Don them pearly whites. Be a minstrel. Smile, big and wide like America. Manifest the destiny of your happiness, for we are perpetually smiling, yet these grit teeth tell no tales. 1897, the American and Southern Dental Associations joined to form the National Dental Association. An organization that failed to serve all Americans was shortly set ablaze through segregation. Jim Crow couldn't care for our crowns. Black babies needed black dentists, but the country was still teething, reconstructing its own mouth after the sucker punch of slavery. So free men came for the cause. In November of 1900, the Washington Society of Colored Dentists formed 200 black professionals strong, practitioners to rebuild the smiles of our race, soon renamed after Robert T. Freeman of Harvard, our first black PhD dental graduate. Motivational melanin, a movement. No more would we grin and bear the weight of racism, as Dr. David Ferguson of Howard bridged the gaps between states by 1913, spreading support for our right to smirk, reclaiming the name National Dental Association. In 1932, a vow to retain the oral hygiene of African Americans was formed, born through the decay of dental discrimination. The NDA is an organization of service and opportunity for minorities, a black dentistry community, influencing private practice, research, and health policy globally, just to make sure you brush your teeth, for we are perpetually smiling through the pain. A people who weren't allowed decent dental care became an auxiliary of students and doctors who loved their beautifully black gums, which only highlight the melanin within. My voice is nothing without a tongue and teeth. Thus, dental hygiene is always key to be seen. The smile shines brighter than stars amongst all the darkness we've endured. The NDA has been the North Star for black Americans to don them pearly whites. Because for us, it is always showtime.
Hello, my name is Stanley Onabu. I am originally from Seattle, Washington, and I am currently a first-year dental student at the University of California, San Francisco School of Dentistry. When I think about why I originally wanted to go into dentistry, I think about wanting to develop a technical skill that I could use to help people, but then also wanting to join the fight for equity and representation in a field that historically hasn't looked a lot like me. And so when I was applying to dental schools, the thing that surprised me most was actually how much it costs to go to school. So on average, a dental student can expect to pay for a 4-year education over $400,000 to attend dental school. And much of that is tied up in tuition and fees, but you also have to understand that there are a bunch of hidden costs as well. Room and board, transportation, the equipment that we use. And so, how do most students pay for this? Well, typically, it's through student loans, and specifically through federally unsubsidized student loans, which start accruing interest immediately. And so what this creates is, from day one, our future dentists have this large debt load hanging over their heads that continually grows and grows, and it effectively closes them off to future job opportunities that they might otherwise pursue. And so when I think about what a scholarship means and what a scholarship means to me, I think about it in terms of opportunity. And no, not the opportunity to go to dental school, because as I'd mentioned, student loans abound and they'll always be there as one option. But I think about it in terms of the opportunity to more earnestly and freely pursue the passions that got our students involved in dentistry in the first place. And that's why I feel so fortunate to have received a scholarship and to have the opportunity to partner with generous donors so that I can pursue a career in public health dentistry where I can be sure that I'll be on the forefront of helping recruit and train future dental leaders from underrepresented groups. And so it is my sincere hope that future dental students can also be the beneficiaries of scholarships so that they too can have the opportunity to chase their dreams uninhibited and hopefully leave the world a little bit better of a place than when they found it. Thank you.
This past summer, the world was once again confronted with the fact that systemic racism is built into the very fabric of our nation. Although these times were difficult, the UNC chapter of the Student National Dental Association stood up and worked closely with our advisor and assistant dean for inclusive excellence and equity initiatives, Dr. Sylvia Fraser Bowers, to present a list of action items to our school's leadership in order to make our dental school a more warm and welcoming environment for all students. In response to this meeting, our school's dean, Dr. Scott DeRossi, created a task force focusing on diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Over the last few months, we've been working on our DEI task force, in which we were trying to identify key ways to make our students feel safer and more protected here at UNC. One of the key initiatives was investment. For this investment piece, through a collaborative effort of our task force, the Dental Foundation of North Carolina, and Adams School of Dentistry, we've been able to subsidize the NDA membership for every student here at Chapel Hill. This is almost a $4,000 investment for over 50 students, in which now students can keep the money back in their pockets and focus on what they're here to do, and that's to become the very best dentist.
Another key initiative of our DEI task force was to partner with and make the Dental and Oral Health Scholar Program integral to each student's experience at the Adams School of Dentistry. The Doc Speaks program addresses cultural competence and invites content experts from across the nation to invigorate the way we communicate, teach, learn, and navigate the intersection of culturally sensitive topics and healthcare delivery.
So when we're working at a place or training at a place like this today, we often hear that, politics or even activism shouldn't take place on a college campus. That's getting in the way of our educational mission. But that point could not be more ahistorical, okay? Our institution has always been political. It was political when it was renting enslaved laborers from nearby plantations, and it was political during the first 161 years of its existence when it said no African Americans can attend this state-sponsored institution. And
Wow, wasn't that a powerful clip? That was Dr. William Sturkey at our first Doc Speaks seminar of this year. Through Doc Speaks, we will continue to march toward our goal of integrating an inclusive mindset in faculty, students, and staff. The UNC Adams School of Dentistry chapter will continue to push forward to eliminate cultural biases in healthcare and to level the playing field as we advocate for all minority students on their journey to become healthcare professionals. We will not stop.
This year, Mr. Fab is the recipient of the Community Partnership for Equity Award. This award is given to the community activist in Oakland who mobilizes resources to tackle societal inequities.
Known as Mr. Fab, Stanley P.D. Cox has a reputation for business acumen. He has achieved fame and success nationally and internationally as a multi-platinum songwriter, record producer, rapper, author, and entrepreneur. And Mr. Fab has achieved added fame and success in his hometown Oakland for his community activism and philanthropy. Throughout the year, he galvanizes support for local causes. In addition, he mobilizes others to support him in uplifting the community through his annual Thanksgiving turkey giveaway, Toys for Joy during the holiday season, and annual backpack giveaway. Mr. Fab's brand is Dope Era. His book for young people, Dope Era, is filled with encouragement. Dope Era has many backronyms, such as During Oppression, People Evolve, Everyone Rises Above, and Developing Opportunities, People Evolve, Everyone Rises Above.
Mr. Fab, you are presented with the award for partnering with the community so that everyone rises above. Through your philanthropy, community organizing, and activism, you are promoting equity, and the National Dental Association applauds you.
I'm very appreciative to be rewarded, such a great reward for our community partnerships and the things that we're doing with uplifting those around us. But I would be a liar to say that it was just all me. I was raised by a wonderful woman who had a heart as big as the world, and she would give her last to a complete stranger. And growing up, those were the things that were embedded inside of my heart and my mind. And I just want to see people win. I want to see my community win. I want to see us hope. You know, what's life without hope? And if you are in a position to receive blessings, then be a blessing with your blessings. At the end of the day, I look for no headlines, I look for no awards, I look for no rewards. I just want to continue to keep moving forward and helping out the people and being on the front line for the folks, utilizing my position to make a difference, because that's what it's about. I hope that some of our works motivate others to activate their philanthropy in their communities, and we spread it. Each one teach one, we all reach one, and let's try to make this world a better place the best we can. Thank y'all for the award. I appreciate you guys.
The candlelight ceremony is an NDA tradition. It is led by the oldest living NDA past president. This year, past President Harvey Webb has the honor. The candlelight ceremony will be followed by the swearing ceremony of the officers and the swearing in by President Armstrong of President-elect Pamela Austin, who will deliver her inaugural address. This virtual gala afforded Dr. Austin the opportunity to videotape at St. Columba Catholic Church, the parish community that raised her.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Harvey Webb Jr., the oldest living president of the National Dental Association. I served this illustrious organization as president over 40 years ago, from 1976 through 1977. I am honored to be here this evening to lead my colleagues in our inaugural virtual candle lighting ceremony. There's an African proverb that states, if a person's name is remembered, then that person's energy, that person's spirit, lives forever among us. The candlelight ceremony is representative of the continuation of the National Dental Association's journey from its conception in 1913 through the NDA of today. This service honors our history and pays homage to our organization's legacy of dedicated leaders. Light was first illuminated in 1913 and has been nurtured by the past presidents. It is being passed on to new leaders tonight. The light represents strength and endurance. Both are necessary to sustain the mission and purpose of the NDA. In recognition and remembrance of the past presidents who diligently provided illumination for our journey, we will remember them tonight as they light candles in their honor. 1913 to 1918, David A. Ferguson. 1918 to 1920, Charles H. Dunston. 1920 to 1922, Stephen J. Lewis. 1922 to 1923, J. Mercer G. Ramsey.
Isaac M. Lawrence. 1923 to 1924. William B. Reed, 1924 to 1926. George H. Butcher, 1926 to 1928. Otis Reed, 1928 to 1929.
Henry A. McAllister, 1929-1930. Elwood Downing, 1930-1932. David A. Ferguson, 1932-1933. And Melvin Wiesman, 1933-1934.
Dr. Charles W. Dorsey, 1934-1935. Dr. William B. Reed, 1935-1936. Dr. Jackson L. Davis, 1936-1937. Dr. Reginald E. Beeman, 1937-1938.
Simmons C. Hamilton, 1938 to 1939. Waldo J. Howard, 1939 to 1940. J. Leroy Baxter, 1940 to 1941. Leon A. Reed, 1941 to 1942.
William O. Clater, 1942 to 1944. Donley H. Turpin, 1944 to 1946. Robert H. Thomas, 1946 to 1947. Ernest W. Taggart, 1947 to 1948.
Dr. Audrey M. Mackle, 1952 to 1953. Dr. Clarence L. Thomas, 1953 to 1954. Dr. James E. Carter, Jr., 1954-1955. Dr. James E. Bowman, 1955-1956.
Dr. Leroy W.R. Gates, 1956 to 1957. Dr. Harry T. Penn, 1957-1958. Dr. Charles E. Williams, 1958-1959. Dr. H. Medley Prophet, 1959-1960.
1960 to 1961, Dr. William K. Elliott. 1961 to 1962, Dr. James B. Singleton, Jr. 1962 to 1963, Dr. Richard Lane, Sr. 1963 to 1964, Dr. Matthew Mitchell.
William J. Walker, Sr., 1964 to 1965. H. Raymond Primus, 1965 to 1966. James A. Catchings, 1966 to 1967. Frank E. Chowning, 1967 to 1968.
Dr. James C. Wallace Jr., 1968 through 1969. Dr. James W. Holly III, 1969 through 1970. Dr. Clyde R. Broaddus, 1970 through 1971. Dr. Robert W. Smith, 1971 through 1972.
Eddie G. Smith Jr., 1972 to 1973. Manning W. Rosemond, 1973 to 1974. Frank L. Shuford, 1974 to 1975. Charles E. Williams Jr., 1975 to 1976.
1976 to 1977, Harvey Webb Jr., 1977 to 78, Walter Tucker, 1978 to 1979, James E. Lassiter Jr., 1979 to 1980, Walker Moore.
Elijah R. Richardson, 1980 to 1981. Wilfred Ralph, 1981 to 1982. Stanley A. Bucray, 1982 to 1983. John E. Maupin Jr., 1983 to 1984.
Dr. Alvin O. Walker, 1984 to 1985. Dr. Roosevelt Brown, 1985 to 1986. Dr. J. Arthur Kelly, 1986 to 1987. Dr. Hugo A. Owens, 1988 to 1989.
1989, James H. Henderson Sr. 1990, William H. Gibson Jr. 1991, Joseph J. Oliver Jr. 1992, Joel V. Turner. 1993, Eugene J. Jordan. 1994, Chester A. Akins.
Dr. Winthrop A. Holder, 1995. Dr. Stephen B. Towns, 1996. Dr. Hazel J. Hopper, 1997. Dr. Joseph S. Gay, 1998. Dr. Cynthia E. Hodge, 1999. Dr. Franklin Scott, 2000.
Edward R. Scott, 2001. Gregory A. Stout, 2002. Romel J. Madison, 2003. Joy A. Jordan, 2004.
Dr. Algernon Bolden, 2005. Dr. Leslie Grant, 2006. Dr. Robin Daniel, 2007.
Dr. Nathan L. Fletcher, 2008. Dr. Michael F. Battle, 2009. Dr. Walter R. Owens, 2010.
2011, Dr. Sheila R. Brown. 2012, Dr. Roy L. Irons. 2013, Dr. Edward Chappelle.
2014, Addison Riddle Fletcher, 90th. 2015, Carrie B. Brown, 91st. 2016, Judy Greenlee Taylor, 92nd.
Kim B. Perry, 2017. Joe D. O'Neill, 2018. John T. Daniels II, 2019.
I would like to present our 2021 NDA officers as they prepare to be sworn in, taking an oath to uphold their office and mission of this organization. I would like each officer to repeat after me. I, state your name, do solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the National Dental Association. I also solemnly swear to uphold the office for which I have been elected to the best of my ability. So help me God.
I, Dr. Joshua Benjamin Tyson, do solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the National Dental Association. I also solemnly swear to uphold the office for which I have been elected to the best of my ability. So help me God.
I, Lauren Alves, do solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the National Dental Association. I also solemnly swear to uphold the office for which I have been elected to the best of my ability. So help me God.
I, Nicole Cheek, do solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the National Dental Association. I also solemnly swear to uphold the office to which I have been elected to the best of my ability. So help me God.
I, Kim A. Smiley, do solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the National Dental Association. I also solemnly swear to uphold the duties of the office for which I have been elected to the best of my abilities. So help me God.
I, Reginald Salter, do solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the National Dental Association. I also solemnly swear to uphold the office for which I have been elected. So help me God.
I, Dr. Marlon D. Henderson, do solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the National Dental Association. I also solemnly swear to uphold the office for which I have been elected to the best of my ability. So help me God.
I, Cheryl Lee, do solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the National Dental Association. I also solemnly swear to uphold the office for which I have been elected to the best of my ability. So help me God.
I, Sheila L. Armstrong, do solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the National Dental Association. I also solemnly swear to uphold the office for which I have been elected to the best of my ability. So help me God.
The moment in life that impacted Dr. Pamela Alston most was a poem she happened upon as a teenager. The poem by Eve Merriam read, "Pussycat, pussycat, where have you been?" To City Hall hearing, but couldn't get in. Pussycat, pussycat, why was that? It was all about cats and their habitats, but they only admitted dogs and rats. The aha moment was that Dr. Alston saw herself as the cat. She lived a marginalized existence in a low-income section neglected by the city. From the age of 7 years old, her family was pushed into poverty with the divorce of her mother and father after 13 years of marriage and 9 children. She set her sights on someday getting into the hearing room, and her mother instilled in her children a value for education. Dr. Alston was accepted to University of California, Berkeley under affirmative action, where she double majored in economics and in health arts and sciences. She received a scholarship to University of California, San Francisco on the strength of her conviction to return to her underserved community to practice dentistry. During dental school, she became interested in addressing the structural determinants of health. After dental school, and upon receiving a master's of public policy, she kept her vow to return to her community. Over her dental career, she worked in the jail system, community health centers, and a public hospital. She used her policy skill set on community boards. Alameda County Health System gave her opportunity for interprofessional collaboration and community outreach. She authored articles on areas in which she became a subject matter expert. In later years, she joined the faculty at UCSF. She currently serves as lead oral health specialist for the Job Corps program health support contractor. In preparation for the NDA presidency, Dr. Alston completed the California Healthcare Foundation Leadership Fellowship Program. The NDA afforded her the opportunity to be trained as a national media spokesperson. She attended the Eddie G. Smith Leadership Institute annually. She volunteered for Health Now. She served in the NDA House of Delegates, on the Board of Trustees as Vice President, and now as President-elect. Dr. Alston has been awarded the Michael Alfano Award for Diversity, the UCSF Dental Alumni Association's Medal of Honor, UCSF the Campaign Award for Compassion, and induction into the Alameda County Women's Hall of Fame. Last year, Dr. Austin was sworn in as a member of the Oakland Sugar-Sweetened Beverage Tax Community Advisory Board, which until the pandemic met monthly at City Hall in a hearing room. She got in.
It is an honor to pass the flame to our incoming president, Dr. Pamela Alston. May the wisdom of the past presidents guide you. Dr. Alston, you are being installed as the 97th president of the National Dental Association. Please place your right hand upon the Bible and repeat the oath.
I, Dr. Pamela Alston, solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the National Dental Association. I also solemnly swear to uphold the office of the President of the National Dental Association to the best of my ability in the interest of its members and the community it serves. So help me God.
Dr. Pamela Alston, you have taken the oath and have now been installed as the 97th President of the National Dental Association. I will confer the National Dental Association's Presidential Medallion upon you to be worn during your 2021 term. May you wear it with honor. Congratulations, Dr. Alston.
Thank you. I have served and I will be of service. I am overjoyed by the attendance tonight. This gala and scholarship extravaganza materialized thanks to the wisdom, the creativity, the vision, and the fortitude of our gala planning committee members, the labor of love from our fundraisers, the generosity of our donors, and the contributions of the illustrious people featured on the gala program. Thanks to all so very much for your love and generosity. And I give a special shout out to our stellar MC, Delvecchio Finley, my boss at Alameda Health System for many years. Besides my gratitude, I hope gala attendees will remember from my remarks, well, let me just say it in the vernacular, to get woke and to stay woke. My hometown, Oakland, California, has a way of raising people. Signs and billboards, even sidewalk messages have raised my social consciousness. But I must admit, this billboard caught me off guard. Black people are not to blame for dying of COVID-19. This message was designed to be provocative, and believe me, it sure provoked me to sadness to know that some people are dying with the heavy weight of being made to feel blamed. I am woke to the fact that Blacks as well as Latinx and Native Americans are afflicted with COVID-19 at disproportionately high rates due to inequities created by discrimination, to inequities created by disparate access to health services and quality foods, higher rates of chronic illness and poverty, as well as inequities created by where we live, learn, work, and play. It is not our race or ethnicity. Upon further reflection about the billboard message, I realized the potential of that billboard's message to provoke productive conversations that lead to empathy, to insight, to connectedness, and to allyship. That realization is what transformed my sadness to gladness. I am glad that the NDA stands to create safe spaces to dialogue about these loaded messages. To be woke is to know that it is systemic racism, not race or ethnicity, that is responsible for the disproportionate impact of COVID-19, and for that matter, the disproportionate impact of oral disease. What I learned about our NDA founders is that they were woke in their time. They were unwilling to continue to endure the social injustices that their communities and they faced 107 years ago. They didn't grovel in defeatism. They formed the NDA. Their legacy is the NDA's gumption today to continue to fight for social justice. You and I must use our privilege to do what we can to improve health equity. One of my role models, past President Kim Perry, emphasized during her presidency that the NDA must have a seat at the tables where decisions and policies affecting our constituencies are being made. During her term and subsequently, NDA members and leaders were invited to a number of policy significant meetings. I am committed to continuing to seek out seats at such tables in meetings where the NDA can contribute and benefit. And I am committed to building on the work of President Armstrong. This year, for the first time in NDA history, she brought a psychologist, a pharmacist, a physician, and a nurse together to the NDA table virtually to discuss women's health. We have a diverse attendance tonight. I would wager that if you're watching the gala tonight, you are woke. If you're representing an organization that is aligned with the NDA's mission, consider how we can stay woke together. Forge or fortify a partnership with the NDA to improve coordination and integration of care, improve oral health access, eliminate health disparities, dismantle structural racism, and improve overall health outcomes, including oral health outcomes, for the marginalized, the vulnerable, and the underserved. This is one of my goals for 2021. Being woke has little value if it does not move you to action. There is a role that everyone can play. The NDA's signature program is Health Now. It has some resources for community service at the local level, and the NDA chapters have human resources, their members, for community service. In 2021, I am urging each of our NDA chapters to undertake an NDA, that is a National Day of Action. This action can take many forms, such as advocacy, activism, altruism, even agape. Because while our institutions need justice and reform, those in our communities need healing and a helping hand. Our NDA and family organization members already work individually in their dental settings daily to promote health equity and eliminate disparities. And our NDA chapters already perform community service. What I'm talking about is chapters declaring a National Day of Action. Let communities know we care. What I anticipate on this day is that the NDA chapters, the SNDA chapters, and the other NDA family organizations will partner at the community level with allies. Healthcare, including oral health care, constitutes only 10% to health. So we must step outside of our dental settings to partner with others, working to cast aside inequities and disparities. I see great things ahead for the NDA in 2021. Remember, at the national level, the NDA will continue to forge and fortify partnerships to promote health equity. We want to sit at your tables, and we want to bring you to the NDA table as partners. Remember, At the local level, we are depending upon you to do the same. And most of all, remember to stay woke. Thank you.
Thank you for your support for the National Dental Association by attending tonight's gala. I wish the NDA well under the leadership of Dr. Pamela Austin as she begins her term of office on January 1st, 2021. Now, before you log off, if you have not yet made your donation to the student scholarships, please take the opportunity to do so now. The Give Butter link will be active until the end of the year, or you can mail a check to the Gala host chapter. Eric Darius will perform Going All Out.
I hope all of you have enjoyed this wonderful virtual inauguration gala and scholarship extravaganza. Congratulations once again to Dr. Alston on her induction as president, and best wishes to all of the National Dental Association leaders as they assume their offices on January 1st. Now, to close out the program, we would like to dedicate this song to all of the National Dental Association members and their affiliate organizations as a theme for this coming year. I released this song in 2008, and I'm so proud to say that it was #1 on the Billboard charts. This is Going All Out, and may all of you continue going all out in 2021.